The Saxhleel generally choose to live in tribes based around a history. Lilmoth is a merchant town with no true leadership. That is why there are so many travelers in the town. Deeper in the swamp, the tribes tend to be more isolated, hostile to outsiders.
Both Famia and Cassandra are impressed with you, from everything I've seen and heard.
So, you're Famia's caretaker, huh? Don't envy you. She's weak. Here in Merkmair, the weak wind up as Wamasu food. Name's Whiptail. Cassandra's bodyguard. Don't need your name. You won't be around long enough. Famia's helpers never are. Mud in your ears? I do for Cassandra what you do for Famia. Except I'm better at it. I know Merkmair better than most. Want some advice? Of course you do. Surviving Merkmair isn't about maps or guides or good manners. It's about... Yeah. Maybe one day you'll get a chance to show me. That could be fun. Someone like me? Huh. Funny. You're funny. Truth is, she came looking for me. Huh. You think I do this for the gold? Of course I don't. And neither do you. You and me, we do what we do. Rich, poor.
I was sad to hear about the troubles in Silent Mire. Pirates.
It seems Cassandra is as impressed with you as I am. Please, consider her offer. If this remnant of Argon is as important as Zuka says, we cannot allow the blackguards to get their hands on it. You can help us. You can help all of Merkmair.
You've done a great deal for us already. I wonder if you're willing to do a bit more? While Famia has proven a steadfast companion, I believe our current predicament requires someone a bit more adroit when things take a turn for the perilous. I do. One of your native companions warned you off of it, didn't they? Believe me, I sympathize. But despite my lifestyle, I'm still an Argonian, one with ample means. Who would I be if I didn't use that wealth to help my people? Yes. You clearly want what's best for Merkmaier. I can think of no one more qualified for the task. You and the bright-throat Zukas have grown close, yes? He knows a great deal about the Remnant, I'm sure. Please, convince him we only... Thank you for your efforts thus far, and your achievements to come. It is. I spent the greater part of my youth in Cyrodiil. Taking on Imperial dress, name, and customs made things easier. Of course it makes things... No. I was hatched in Morrowind, your people's homeland. You'll forgive me if I don't elaborate. It was a very difficult time. I don't harbor a grudge, though, truly. Working with upright dark elves like you is my genuine pleasure. The antiquities market. No surprise there, I'm sure. I know I'm a bit starchy now, but in my youth, I was quite the explorer. I discovered several untouched Ayleid ruins, and hardly. The Ayleids treated my ancestors very poorly. I prefer to think of this as simple reparations. In any case, my business interests are purely philanthropic now. Like Famia, I only seek to preserve Argonian relics for future generations. It is, in fact. You have a very keen eye. You should know that the crystal was a tremendous discovery. Vakastone. Famia didn't tell you? Vakastones are mysterious crystals, not unlike the Ayleid Welkin stones. Our ancestors used them to store the raw magicka that falls from the sun, thus their radiant yellow hue. If an opportunity presents itself, perhaps. I suspect that some ancient Argonian relics require Vakastones to function. An item of tremendous historical significance and arcane power. Very little scholarship exists on the subject, but I do know a little. Argonian elders often referred to it as a sacred egg, or Zathithal. Eggs always contain something, right? Answers. About the Hist, their beginnings, their powers, their intentions. All I know for certain is that it does not contain simple coins or ancient brick, whatever is best for the people of Merkmaier. I won't act without their consultation if that's what you're worried about. Again, I honestly couldn't say. Most of that history was beaten out of my eggsires by the Dark Elves centuries before I was born. Slavers take great pains to... You mean, has the Hist spoken to me? I'd prefer not to talk about that. Thank you for your...
So, you're off then?
So, you're Famia's.
I think you should leave that alone before a guard sees you.
I witnessed your criminal actions, Hawker.
I have a...
It seems the
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles.
This is all
bright throats trade with...
The brightest, loudest throats croak your name, Biko. This makes it difficult to sleep, but under the circumstances, I think I can forgive you. That business with the egg tenders was no midday wallow. Now, we have something to discuss, I think. Of course you do. This matter of the remnant, you must understand, it is fragile as a marsh robin's egg. Even so, I trust your heart. And truthfully, we could use the help. Brightthroats are negotiators, not warriors. And war is brewing. All answers lie with the Hist. It is just a matter of hearing what it has to say. Chime Maker Shuvu can help us. Our Hist speaks through the wind, you see. Its words rustle through the boughs, and our chimes sing out its counsel. Poetic, right? Old Shuvu spends his time in the glade of chimes, to the west of the village. In my youth, I would spend all my time listening to the chimes. It is a very good place. If you go there now, I will join you. You will like Chime Maker Shuvu, I think. Very wise and very pleasant, like one of your gray-muzzled bark dogs. Let's make our way to the glade. The remnant. It is not a thing known, but a thing felt. Like rain on the shoulders, or a brief whiff. Ha! This is fair. When I was a hatchling, a very old Nahish elder told me a story about a lost tribe. One that lived far away in houses of stone. She did not speak about the remnant, but its name swelled in my heart. My knowing tree is barren. Sorry, Biko. Better to learn these things together anyway. For you, at least. Just think, if I knew where the remnant was, I would probably have hidden it by now. Then you would never get to see it. Is the name not clear? It is a glade. It is full of chimes. Some people think that the Hist speaks to us, just as I speak to you. Using words, you see. We call this kahupwo, the mouth talk. Very rare, Biko. Most Hist speak without words. In Brightthroat Village, the Hist speaks through chime music. You will like Chime Maker Shuvu.
Your betrothed awaits you, dear suitors. No need to be shy. Everyone gets the jitters, but this is ridiculous.
The bonding season feasts are always...
Why do you hesitate? Talk to...
Is that... little Zukas. Come to visit your old friend in the Glade of Chimes? He is always so busy now. I recall when he stood only as tall as the Keppel grass. And you, Xavier. What can this stiff-legged crafter do for you? Remnant of... My. This is no small question, Zuka's friend. Look around you. Each of these chimes sing out a tangle of melodies, but only one tangle. One chime speaks of eggs and hatching. Another jangles about... The Ogel is clever, Zukas. Yes, My hands gave birth to every chime you hear. But the remnant? Only one chime can sing its truth. One made by sun-blessed hands in an old time. Older than my egg mother's egg mother. Locked away, hidden under mud in lost memories. Understand, our egg-sires did not want this truth drifting free on the wind. But Zukas trusts you. So, the Wither Vault is well north of the village. I would guide you, but my knees grow stiff as kindling wood. Little Zukas can aid you, I have no doubt. Be warned, even Brightthroats who know them. Since before he hatched, I called him the Little Stump. He would plant himself at the foot of the listening tree and stare up at the branch. You should ask him. Treeminder Pavu saw the old sap in Zukas. She made him a root herald, and his days grew short and lean, like an underfed guar. Eventually, he had no time to listen. All is as the Hist wishes it to be. One day, when he has grown old and thin like me, he may return to the glade. The Wither Vault is well.
The Wither Vault? TESO. I would not go there if there was any other way, Biko. I tumbled into it. The path to the remnant bends like an oxbow. Let's find this chime.
It takes much patience to keep a Vosasatel in tune, especially if the frogs are in mating.
swamp grows thick here. A far cry from Lilmoth's mud puddles, I think. Oh, Leviathan Pizzle grows across this glade. A very powerful herb, Biko. Remind me to pick the Wither Vault? TESO. I cannot imagine the Brightthroats ever holding territory here. Very little wind, hollow seeds, and poor fishing. Take away our wind, seeds, and fish, and we grow very sour. There it is, just up ahead. This place dries my scales. From stone. Let's make this quick. I fear we will find more than the chime inside this vault. Be careful. The Wither Vault? TESO. The Nahish elders never speak of this place. Not even to me. Stay watchful, Biko. I hear something. The chimes. They sing without wind. Just ahead. Kaok, I hate this. There is still much to do, I think. Good work, Biko. Let us get back to Brightthroat Village.
Hurry it along. We can't afford to linger.
Is everything in this swamp trying to kill me? I nearly got smashed to a paste by...
Set the trap and let go.
Verona? Drula? Where are you two? Hey, I know you. You borrowed a blessing stone from my construction site in Vivek City and stopped the moonlit from falling out of the sky. Now I feel kind of embarrassed. My current problem isn't anywhere near as important as saving a living god. Verona and her beloved pet Drula went for a walk in the swamp hours ago, and they still haven't returned. My wife can take care of herself, but she's as unfamiliar with this terrain as I am. I fear the worst may have happened. Verona saw some ancient Argonian stonework out in the swamp. She loves to study the techniques of long-dead masons. Use this whistle, and Drula should come running. If you pet him and tell him he's a good boy, he'll lead you directly to Verona. Drula loves that whistle. He comes running whenever we blow it. I'm sure Verona just got caught up examining an interesting piece of calves. Drula's our Bantam Gua. Cute little slobberer was a marriage gift, and he's been with us ever since. He's more attached to Verona than to me, truth be told, and she's trained him well. Just blow the whistle and he'll come running. Verona constantly complains that we never take a vacation, so when the opportunity presented itself, I set up this trip to visit Merkmaier. She was suddenly surprised, but I get the feeling she was hoping for somewhere with a... We met on one of my construction sites. I was just an assistant overseer on that project, and Verona was one of our stonemasons. She's really good at her craft. Whenever she gets the chance, she loves to learn new techniques for working stone. Same as always, thanks to you. Bar Dao hangs peacefully above the city. Lord Vivek writes and sings in his palace, and our new archcanon has adapted well to his responsibilities. In fact, things are so quiet that we decided to take this trip. Drula loves that.
Darkness clings. My apprentice fears that which the light. My apprentice fears that which the darkness will bring. Uncertainty, fear, death. These unavoidable truths are all the will of Sithis. Ditum Ja must it is the only way.
Niswo Kahe may be wise, but she can be a real Kuda sometimes. How are we to fend off anything if she refuses to let me light a fire? It's every day with these crazy lessons. I know that she's trying to teach me the ways of Sithis, but I don't even see the point of this one. Why does Sithis care if we light an apprentice? I cannot dishonor Niswo Kahe's wishes, but how can I one day spread the word of Sithis if some hackwing eats us? However, she has not forbidden you from lighting the fire. Sithis be praised. Well,
and so
would you look at that? How kind of this traveler to light our fire.
And so the lesson is wasted.
One day, I will be a Niswo with an apprentice of my own. And when that happens, you can be certain that I will not put them in life-threatening situations.
You've done more.
Hey, you're the champion of Vivek. I remember you. Did Drula find you and bring you out here? Oh, he's such a good boy. Shiralas sent you. She worries too much. Hey, you're the Shiralas sent you. She worries too much. Come on, Drula. Let's go find Shiralas.
Haven't you done this before? I thought you were an expert.
I thought doing work for G...
betroth the witch, you dear suitors.
Soiling
No
the
need to be
chime.
shy.
My rage quill is engorged.
Everyone, be calm, old Shuvu.
This is ridiculous.
No one wants to see that. Have a care with that chime, Biko. Remember, it is older than Shuvu, and Shuvu is Topi Rajta. You would say older than dirt, I think.
The wind welcomes you, Zuka's friend. You have the remnant chime? Please, settle an old lizard's spines. The beast Zukas mentioned, it did not gnaw or shed wool. Hist be praised. Take the chime to the listening tree and hang it there. When you are ready, clutch this prayer stone and focus. If your cause is just, the Hist will answer. If not, I guess we have to find it.
Why do you hesitate? Hang the chime.
Take it to the very center of the glades. Perfect. Now center yourself in the glade and focus the remnant's mystery on the prayer stone. We seek your guidance and ask the blessing of your song. Sap Mother, Bow Father, please hear our petition and speak the remnant's truth. I hear nothing. A tangle of whispers, nothing more.
That can't be. Wait, I hear it, Shuvu. I hear it. The Hist sings the remnant's truth.
Truly? Ha! Ah, little Zukas, I knew you had a chime maker's heart. Come, tell us what you hear. Zukas, my little listener. As mud as my mother, how many secrets have passed me by that he might have...
I am confused. Shuvu is the wisest listener in the tribe. How could he hear nothing when I heard it so clearly? He is very old. Maybe he just needs his ear kept. Smoke of stars to see what once was seen. Sunless sap to hear what once was heard. A bramble of words. I appreciate the Hist's poetry, but this is not an ideal time for it, I think. I do not know. Hopefully Shuvu can teach me how to decipher the words. It will take time, but I will find you if I learn more. Perhaps friend Famia could help also? Or Cassandra. They both know the marsh's stone secrets. They could prove useful. Sun, light your path, Biko. And keep a sharp eye for snakes. Not just the one.
Azokas and I have much to talk about. This riddle may dry my...
This is what I'm talking about. How hard is it to boldly strut up to a stranger and express some interest? You get it. If we had more suitors as stiff-spined as you, the ceremony would be well underway. The bonding ritual? Are you not here to witness our most sacred tradition? It's a beautiful, lively affair. Usually. Our guests have not seen fit to join us for the ceremony. Hist knows we have been gracious hosts to the suitors of our neighboring tribes, plying them with feasts and phlegm wine. But now that it's time to renew vows of kinship, they're limp as wilting lilies when they should be rising to the occasion. Normally, the Black-Tongue tribe are eager to participate. Many a Brightthroat can call the Black-Tongues their root kin. But the only thing Wakumat has been quick to provide today are excuses. I hope he'll be more forthcoming with you. Oh no, he is a bearer of Russell the Infirm. Russell is a frequent visitor and suitor, beloved sire to many a Black-Tongue and Brightthroat since before my egg mother was in her shell. Normally he would be... It's true, Russell must be carried about by his bearers for most everything. But before the bonding, he's like a Saxhleel possessed. His vigor is legend. Last season's bonding ended with his bungalow stilts driven flush to the ground. The others are new to me. Bihuna is one of the Root House people, so if she puts hands on you, it isn't a romantic gesture. Hold tightly onto any familial jewels. Dite, on the other hand, is as inscrutable as any moss skin. Never the ghost people or stone pile people, certainly. We used to see more of the Mire dancers and Copper Eyes, but we haven't seen much of them since they were taken to Mazatoon, and sadly the dead water remained distant and reserved as always. Our longtime allies, the Black Tongues, the Moss-skins, and the Root House people. They aren't normally so apprehensive. The Black Tongues dwell in the shadow places, giving praise and offerings to Sithis. They take great pains to ensure as many of their clutches are born under the sign of shadow as possible. Perhaps too much, but only when I'm reminded that they know every root and flower's killing secret. All the more reason to welcome them as friends, yes? You'll find no more attentive parents outside the Brightthroats, and they are great alchemists and gardeners also. We welcome them with open arms, of course, but only after our valuables are carefully tucked away. They take what they want by quiet theft or intimidation. Failing that, they take it by force. Better to give what you can afford to lose. They are brutes, yes, but useful brutes when war winds blow. Their strength rivals that of the Dead Water tribe. They just lack the Naga's wisdom. In the end, they are still our neighbors. Better to welcome them as friends than face them as enemies. The Moskins value peace above all else, and peace without requires peace within. They go where the river takes them, no matter the circumstance. More indifferent. All the world's horrors, the quiet fears that keep men and Myr awake at night, all of it rolls off their backs. People think we Brightthroats take things in stride. The Moskins make us look like fretful ducklings. Of course, though I hope it will not take much longer. The Brightthroat, it's the future of our tribe. The bonds we create today ensure the marrying. It is a joyous time, yes, usually. Most tribes have festivities surrounding bonds. Normally the Black...
Do not crowd us, Ojel. You will disturb Ruzo's focus. Never. He is dead. He entered a trance to steel himself for the dread-fathering elixir, but after we administered the potion, he never awoke. It seems Sithis felt Ruzo had children in our most potent mixture, brewed to ensure even these Brightthroat bonds are blessed by the great creator. He did not foam at the mouth or expel blood from every orifice, so I think it was just his time. You earned your rest. No one could fill the void Ruzo left behind. Kayak, I suppose I must try. For the good of the tribe, I will need more of our dread-fathering elixir. Ruzo drank it to the last drop. There is a rare plant, the Leviathan Pizzle. It is the key ingredient to the elixir. Find one, and I will join the bonding ritual. I should warn, we honor Sithis above all else. Raj Sithis the Changer, not the Destroyer from the Dusk Times. But ends are often beginnings. There are no purer agents of change than the Shadow Scales, so we prepare our children from birth to... We bathe their eggs in our brews to ensure they are hatched under the favored sign and give them their first taste of the swamp's deadly secrets. They are nursed on the milk of toxic weeds until strong enough for the Shadow Scales to come claim them. It's one of the 14 Zalthek, or sacred plants. Each plant brings joy or death, depending on the measure. In the bonding, Ruzol ensured the Leviathan Pizzle brought great joy. This season, we will see. Because there was no better choice. There has never been a Black Tongue who could drink as deeply from the dread-fathering elixir and live to see his children grown. He was frail in all other pursuits, but in the bonding, he was a divine tool. More than anyone has had reason to count. He was but a young whelp when his talent was discovered. Half of Merkmaier may bow... Brightthroat Village is so brief. You have not.
Normally the Black Tongue tribe are
You have not succumbed to the swamp's poison lips. Was the pizzle? Oh, this one is aptly named. Let me add it to the mixture I have already prepared. If I survive, you may tell Topeth. All right, it is finished. Sithis, use me as you will. I am warmed to the core by the presence of the Dread Father. Can you not hear my heart throb as I swell with his power of creation? I carried Russell to prepare me to bear his legend. For the Black Tongues I will sow 1,000 generations. What are we waiting for? Those other suitors may sulk if they wish, but...
Buy me a drink?
Wasik eyes are watching. Can you feel them? I do not like it. I do not fear the limp fins. I want my dowry. I took it from my betrothed fairly. Guards took it, hid it from me. Topeth tells me my betrothed has gifts for me instead. But I do not want gifts. I want my dowry. I would take it back, but I am watched. Because it is my dowry. The Hist meant it for me. Brightthroats do not understand this. If they will not respect our custom, I will not respect. The Wasik goods keeper took my dowry to the storehouse for keeping safe. Go find it. It is our way. The root house people do not make. When we need meat, the swamp provides. When we need crafts and treasures, other tribes provide. The Hist compels them to make these things. They do not know that the Hist means for us. If I leave out a bowl of slug paste and a nettle toad eats it, this is no theft. The root house people heed forces greater than Limfin law. The Brightthroats do not see. It is the will of the Hist that our root house people do not ask. We claim. The root house people do not build. If the Hist wants us to have a village, we take one. In an old time, we claimed this village, but we tired of it, so we burned it down. Yes, why would we not? My Goldweed exile always says, burn what you cannot carry. Otherwise, the tribe... Of course, the Brightthroats remember to forget. Would you have them drag grudges like stones? That is the dry...
Brightthroatville.
Have you seen bottles of Nord beer sitting?
Ah, the Zook's friend I hear so much about. Son's blessings. I see you did not kick your feet clean before entering. Well, Mihuna. Ah, the root house suitor thief with the filthy spines. I would give you the dowry, Zuka's friend, but I do not know where. Gone to Gideon. Personal matter. He will not be back for many days, but do not fret. Nahish Olin left a reminder for him so as not to forget. The root house people are not known for their patience or wisdom. Nahish Olin was determined not to be outwitted by the likes of them, so he invented an impossible challenge for the suitor. I fear the suitor thief. You'll need to look at Nahish, chief of grain counting, box stack. I fear the suitor.
I hear you taught the Reachman Strawl a bloody lesson.
There are so many new faces coming through Lil Moth since Cyrodiila collections arrived. I hope more stop by the village.
You always want to meet new people. What's wrong with us? I just hope they bring some new games to Merkmair.
Oh, yes. And we could teach them T-Botsy. Do you think they'd want to learn?
How will they play hip and tail ball without a tail?
Maybe we let them use their feet. We should find some visitors to try it out.
I fear the suitor thief is...
Now is the time to work towards the prosperity.
I hear that a bite.
Just when I needed some company.
The brewer tells me I drank all the celebration phlegm wine. Now he asks coin for more. I would thunk his head in if it was not a bonding. Find my dowry so I can leave this place. Finally, the Hist provides. It sours my stomach that I had to rely on you to take what, by right, is mine. But suitors must be flexible, I guess. The dowry is in hand, and the bright...
You look burdened, Ojel. Please, sit and let the breeze carry your cares away. The Bright Throats have brought us many nice things to share. Yes, I was. My betrothed was very kind. It will be a less personal disappointment than if I were to arrive without the seed doll she gifted me. Ahaj Mota snatched it out of my hands as I soaked my feet by the Gulu Bridge. Very quick, gone in an instant. Such is life. I do not know why the Hajmota would want such. I see no reason why I would not join the bonding ritual, but I do not. A cherished bright throat craft. They take a seed from a tree with no name, nurture it to enormous size, and allow it to sprout its roots. There isn't much to tell. We were, we are, we will be. The Hist nurture us, and we nurture them. Sometimes, Sithis sees fit to disrupt this cycle when it grows too ordinary, so we must. Why wrestle the world when the world will always win? We get everything we need by... I see no reason. You have been enjoying a good wallow, yes? The mud here is smooth and moist. And so the stream returns to its source. It's very pretty, isn't it? My betrothed is very skilled. It seems some of the roots have bent. I will tell her it was from my overzealous embrace. That should make her happy. The Hist has made certain I stay on this course. I will not resist its desire. It is nice that my betrothed... Everyone is assembled except for the suitors. What is the word, Beak Ogel? Must I call off the bonding ritual and bring You are a gift from the Hist, like the sweetest of saps on my lips. We are gathered here under the boughs of our tender Hist to honor the life it gives us. Just as their roots reach out and intertwine in the mud, so too will we become entangled, bound together to weave a strong foundation. Join me in erecting the spine of procreation, sow the sap and seed of a new generation. My bonding partner is very pleasing, wouldn't you?
I'm so happy he liked my seed doll. It's really special to have a moss skin be so sentimental.
My betrothed has nice adornment.
The bangle on her wrist looks just like the one that belongs to my egg sister.
I'm told we must wait for the hut to be prepared. Who needs a hut? Why not witness the prowess of Ruzel's heir? At last, all is right with the tribe. The winds carry the lovely scents of Hist blossoms and muskreek upon the air, and soon the chimes of nuptial huts will rattle the night away. It's enough to make anyone let out their frills. The happy couples will retire to their nuptial huts to begin the process of bonding. At last, the happy... The phlegm wine is still bubbling.
The bangle.
That root house suitor is very tight-skinned.
Oh, this
I'm so happy he liked my seed doll. It's
I don't know if Hasara will ever tend to our eggs.
Biko, it's so good to see you. Zalcise, it's our friend. They came to see us. It makes some of the egg tenders uncomfortable, but Mina doesn't seem to mind. I think being among the Hist's roots will be good for Zalcise, so I'll bear the watchful stares if that's the price I have to pay. Good. I think the quiet of the Uzith is helping her adjust to being around other people. She seems much calmer, doesn't she? The healers seem oblivious, but I can tell. They've never seen anything like Zalcise. She's one of a kind. They don't know what to do with her. I know they are trying to help, but I can tell they don't believe she can be like us. She doesn't have to be. She'll always be my Zalcise. All thanks to you. You're truly a blessing from the... Biko, it's so good to see...
Hello. Cassandra said you'd be here. There's news.
I ended up in Merkmair after.
Well, you certainly have a spring in your step. Your work with the Bright Throats went well, I take it. Following another lead on the Remnant. Or, potential lead. Someone she worked with before she started funding Cyrodiilic collections. I don't know much more. She asked me to tell you to join them when I saw you, so I suppose you should do that.
West of here, near that spooky prison. Honestly, I missed most of it. Too preoccupied by her bodyguard. Something about how he looks at me. Gives me the shivers, you know? But we have better things to discuss. What did you learn with Zukas? Ritual Argonian poetry. The words are common, but the meter is all wrong. There's more to it. Missing verses, perhaps? Truthfully, Cassandra is the authority on that sort of thing. You should set out. I'll try to dig up a few relevant texts. Smoke and sunless sap. Strange that the Bright Throats hissed would speak in such dour terms. Maybe it describes some dark age. The Alessian incursion of the First Era? Or perhaps a dark age yet to come. Egads, let's hope it's not that. Ugh, I wish I knew. He's just the worst, right? She hired him maybe 6 months ago? I don't think Cassandra's ever received a credible threat to her life, but he's always there, leering at us. Maybe she'll sack him. Cassandra summoned me. Honestly, it's nice to get out of the office from time to time. Thought I might take in a Tiba Inu match while I'm here. I guess it'll have to wait. I need to get back to Lomoth to research this poem of yours. Oh, they're mostly fine, if a little shaken up. A few of them have sworn off exploring for good. Hard to blame them, I guess. Luckily, Zadaza chose to stay on. She would never let her career end with an abduction. Far too proud for that. Smoke and sunless...
With your toes, Stibbins. Your toes.
It's no use. Pockets have been picked clean.
Nothing is ever that simple. Good, you're here.
If you've got something to say.
You found us. Good. As you can see, we've met with some difficulty. I apologize for the unsightliness. Murder, apparently. The victim was Hitsasi, a former associate. Not so pleasant or learned as Famia, but still useful in his own way. He traveled in less reputable circles. I had hoped he could. That is what we are trying to determine. Whatever happened, it was neither clean nor brief. What a waste. If the blackguards came after him, Hitsasi must have known something about the Remnant after all.
I've got the corpse covered, Swampslut.
Please, let me know when you find him. His throat was cut. Simple bandages weren't enough to staunch the bleeding, it seems. What have you found? Show them to me, if you would.
What are you looking at me for?
Pages torn from Hitsatsi's journal. I do not mean to speak ill of the dead, but I must admit some surprise. He never struck me as someone committed enough to keep a journal. If he knew about the Remnant, this could prove invaluable. So, the blackguards have learned what we already know. The truth of the Remnant cannot be torn from my eggkin because they do not know it. Only their tribal relics can provide the answers. How did you learn the Brightthroat's riddle? You see, the voice of the Hist needs a conduit, some physical means of communication. The blackguards failed to acquire the Brightthroat's chime, but they clearly mean to steal some relic from the Deadwater tribe. Well, precisely. You know one of the tribe's calls, don't you? Jaxic Orn, if I recall correctly. Find her, and plead our case. If the Deadwater tribe has some way of learning more about the Remnant, we need to find it before the blackguards do. Safe travels. When you've concluded your business with the Deadwater tribe, meet me back at Cyrodiil. Please, don't mistake my stoic demeanor for a lack of enthusiasm. Well, I wrote a treatise on the subject some years ago, a brisk 400 pages. But I suppose I can give you a summary. Argonians share a special relationship with their Hist. They hear its will. Yes, well, that's just it. When I place my hands on the Hist's bark or rest in the shadow of its boughs, I hear nothing. No whispers, no faint smells or soothing tones. Just silence. Deafening silence. Thank you. I admit the silence troubles me, but do you see? My eggkin sometimes need intermediaries, too. With these antiquities, the chimes, the Deadwater relic, and eventually...
You know those Deadwater Nagas make weapons out of their friends' corpses, right? Goodness knows what they do to people they don't like. Maybe something functional, a weather vane or furniture. I'm no artist, but I admire their creativity.
with the blackguards? I already told you, fetchers, that I'm not interested in joining. Oh, right then. I'm just a little bit tense is all. So far, all Black Rose prison? Don't know much, I'm afraid. Because the blackguard founders were former Naga in the original Blackguard.
I need a break.
The novices take to.
I bask in newfound.
I grind my fangs. This is a desecration. You are the Ogel who helped our call, Jaxic Orn, destroy the blackguard wagon snake. Are you not? It seems you did not kill enough. I curl my lips. You demand a name without giving one? That is the Ogel way, isn't it? Take and take and take. I am Grave Singer Kiat, the Dead Waters Keeper of Death Secrets and Final Words. Death comes in many forms and wears many masks. I tend to the bodies, staking them when I must, and harvesting them when I must. I read the grave stakes and sing the fallen warrior's final song. I nod my head, yes, grave stake, or Zulvat in the true tongue. Each tells the story of the corpse it pierces.
I narrow my eyes. I know what you seek. You and the blackguards both. Sojay and I hack and cleave and stab, yet more Ogels swim over our borders every day. All looking for the remnant of Argon. I must find it first. I consider. We killed many savages together. We will do so again. If the Hist thinks you are worthy of remnant secrets, you will survive. If not, so be it. I hunt blackguards. They skulk around our village, yanking up our grave stakes like salt daisies. I arch my brow ridge. Special. Yes. Our grave stakes do not just pin the dead to their resting place. Each tells a story, some as old as the tribe itself. Some of our greatest Rajkals even had the honor of using a Hist bow to make their stakes. Yes. All the more reason to hack these blackguards dead. Meet me in the swamp east of the village. Our quarry is there. Many unstaked bog blights also. Freed
The dead hiss your...
Of all the things these...
Is it true Tonville sacrificed himself to seal Sadal away?
Most of the Nagakur despise outsiders, but I am much more accepting of
I've been at this forever.
Here already. You are swift, Ogel. I will give you that. But enough flattery, I think. From now on, all is war. The blackguards steal our fallen eggkin's grave stakes without regard for the stake's purpose. Now, the rivers choke on bog blights, dead and not dead things that eat Nagas whole. The blackguard savages build ponjis. This word means fumers. Racks of oily, spoiled meat that keep the bog blights off their scent. As we recover the grave stakes, destroy the fumers. The dead not dead will find our enemy. This time we attack as one. A single spear ant means nothing, but a hive means death. A bog blight is nothing to us alone. But when they gather in great numbers, do not be. It was a glorious battle. And he fights with me still, you see. For the Deadwater, death is certain. But death brings new life. As shield and bow, or... I curl my lips. Poetic. Another word for soft, I think. Soft words belong to bright throats like Sukas. Enough. We call them Zulvads. They tell the stories of our victories and our defeats. Often enough to earn a name. Bogblight. Many strange things stalk the deep murk, Ogel. Beasts of vine and stone. Giant Hajmota. Ghost people. Slimes. Plants with maws like crocodiles. Dead not dead seem tame by comparison. I nod my head. Yes. Until some tail-lifting savage steals the stake. You see, we are back. Good. The bog blights will feast on this camp soon enough.
Those merchants, it's like taking sweets from a baby.
Yes. These blackguards will pay a high price for challenging the Deadwater tribe. Well done. Now travel north. We will raid their main encampment and finish this.
Does this look like a wreck?
That elixir is potent.
Over here, Joe.
Everything is going according to plan.
I know I spoke of fighting as one, but these two were too loud and foolish. So Jay and I had to kill them. Before they died, one shouted at the other about a relic they could not find. The gravestake of a Chronokal, the great Deadwater war chief called Etra of the Many Spears. Few Deadwater warriors rival Etra. He is Wutum. You would say... I blink my eyes. Maybe. Reading Azulvat is Gravesinger work. We cannot know until we claim the stake. You will have to fight him for it. All Deadwater Carls know Etra's resting place. Look west. My tail sinks. Etra is buried in the Tomb of Many Spears, an unclean place. I will reclaim your body and make a helm of your skull. You have earned that, at least. Why do you slump? Bristle your war spy. A Carl has no tongue for stories. I shake my head. He stored them in the great stone vault that eventually became... He did not. He died in glory. I roll my eyes. time for talk. Then, is it Etra's story on the gravestake? Or the Hist's?
Both, my Carl. What is our story, if not the story of the Hist? You have Etra's gravestake? I curl my lips. Death Carl.
I see them return. You destroyed Etra? Good. Let that victory rattle the roots. Gravesinger Kiat tells me what we seek is not in the graves. I shake my head. It is a gravestake like the others. I do not even know what to look for. The symbols are worn. But... wait. I see it. In the grain. In the whorls and knots. The remnant. It's... patience! There are words. In a garden in a maw of stone. Yes, that is all. I see nothing. This is what we hunted for. A garden. I hiss fire. Why could it not be more simple? Chaos. What is us? The Bumbler, Famia, Zukas, the Dry-Scale Cassandra. A nest of weak spines in Ogel treachery. I will not. I am sorry. I must talk.
I have no time for you.
I don't know who was worse.
Please, you must understand. We only seek the remnant to... there you are.
Ha! You arrived just in...
I flare my knot.
Welcome back. As...
Nice little party you've got here.
Thank Mara you're here. I haven't seen a gathering go this poorly since my sister Concordia's 7th birthday. Marinus put slugs in her pudding. I can still hear the screams. Whew. For the record, I did offer tea, but what's needed is answers. A location, clearly. But a location for what? I did some more research on the first riddle, the one about smoke and sap, remember? Well, it's an Argonian religious practice, sort of. I've never witnessed one myself, but they typically involve a period of isolation and exposure to potent, mind-altering herbs. According to the text, a dream wallower can see things beyond the physical. Yes, now if we could wait. A garden in a maw of stone? Of course! That's gotta be the Swallowed Grove, the Rionwo. A dream wallow in the Swallowed Grove. What could be more exciting? We should discuss this with Cassandra right away. An expedition?
Did friend Famia say something about a dream wallow? Chaos.
Famia. Smarter than some Ogel.
The Rionwo. Many strange things stalk the Swallowed Grove because...
Nice little party you've got.
Strange or not, Sojay and I will kill anything that threatens the Remnant. Anything.
A dream wallow in the Swallowed Grove. Fascinating. And timely. Very well done, both of you. Immediately. I hate to set out in such a hurry, as careless haste can be fatal. A dream wallow in the... Immediately. I hate to... Just look at us. A bright throat... Make whatever preparations you must, Famia. The time has come.